Hi everyone, welcome to the Hillside Wealth YouTube channel. This is the company video series. So each month we're going to be talking about a different company that we hold in our models. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please reach out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along. Hi everybody. We are going to be talking about tonic water. It's a little bit more than tonic water, but Fever Tree. We're going to cover what do they do, how long they've been around, why we like it, what's the risk, and something funny. So go ahead, Stephen, what do they do?
Sure. Fever Tree is a premium mixer brand from the UK. Its products are mostly consumed by consumers around the globe to pair with the world's finest spirits. But they can also be consumed by some people like me as a standalone, sophisticated, no-alcohol drink.
Excellent.
They were founded in 2004. One of the things that we are attracted most to them is that they are the market leader. I'm just looking at their Wikipedia page here. They're in 72 markets across the globe, and they are number one in every market except for Germany, where they are number two, and they expect to be number one relatively soon. Germany actually has a bit of a sort of a tonic culture. So there are some actual premium tonic competitors in Germany that are somewhat formidable. But of course, the main competitor to Fever Tree is the Schweppes brand, which is actually a Swiss company. Fever Tree has, outside of Germany, let's say, really created that premium tonic market on their own. So not only were they first mover, but they dominate the markets, most of the markets that they're in. And one of the things that's really interesting is that they have share of bar space. So, when we talk about competition, so let's say somebody wants to copy Fever Tree. If you're running a bar, how many premium tonics are you going to have? You might have Bombay or, some of the other gins. Like you might have 3 or 4, but that's just one bottle. You're not going to have 3 or 4 or 5 premium tonics to mix with those gins or vodka or what have you. So we like the fact that they have really, created the market, dominated the market, and they have that market share in the bars, behind the bars. So when you ask a bartender, you say the word premium tonic is Fever Tree. That's it. And so that's really the type of company we love. They don't really have any direct competitors. Their tagline or their motto is, if 75% of a mixed drink is the mixer, why not mix with the best?
Sure.
So maybe you do have the crappy tonic, the crappy gin, and mix with the premium mixer, and you wind up with a really nice drink, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go in at. The mixer industry globally has this huge tailwind of premiumization. Meaning huge growth runway. So as you mentioned, if we look at the mismatch between the size of premium spirits and that of the premium mixer, so if we do a little bit calculation and it's not hard to see, the premium mixer market can easily double or even triple over the next 5 to 10 years in Europe and increase by 5-fold in the United States. That's huge, really, really huge growth runway ahead for Fever Tree. And by the way, and you mentioned Fever Tree is the leader. It's not only the leader, it actually dominated. By domination, I mean 50% to 100% market share in many of the geographics around the globe in the premium segment, right? So they're really in this very good position to grow their business and take advantage of their competitive advantage over the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years at least.
Yeah, so we've kind of chatted a little bit about why we like it. Market dominance, being one thing. So Stephen, you've tried it. What's the taste like?
Well, it's good. I mean, and believe it or not, you feel good when you drink stuff from a glass bottle.
There you go.
From a can.
There you go.
I will provide some boots on the ground research, if you will, or experience. I was in Europe this summer, or summer 2022, and there were literally signs outside of bars saying Fever Tree mixed drinks here. Like it really was a thing. So I was taking pictures and texting them to you guys, because at the time we didn't own it, but we were interested in it because you know, for all the reasons, and then of course waited for the price to get to the valuation. So 2 thumbs up on that front.
One of the things, when we talk about risk, you know, when we first, so maybe 2 years ago, when we first looked at this business, and Stephen and I were spitballing, trying to decide, what could go wrong. It seems to me, so like, I don't drink a lot of mixed drinks, but it seemed to me that gin was kind of the hot spirit, right? So I said to Stephen, okay, so what happens if then it becomes whiskey, or it becomes tequila, or it becomes vodka, or whatever the case may be? Are we maybe pinning our wagon too much to a gin trend or a gin craze? You remember we had that conversation, Stephen, and what was it that you said?
Well, I mean, so those premium spirits brand has been existing for over 100 years. So there's a, I think it's called Lindsay's law, basically saying if a certain brand can survive X number of years, it's very likely it can survive another X number of years. So we think we certainly do not want to bet against the longevity of those premium spirits. And it's interesting because if you go into a bar in the Western world, you see different brands of premium spirits, right? From different company, right? So and if you look for a premium mixer, that's probably the only one brand you can look for, which is Fever Tree. And
also, I mean, you can order a vodka tonic. That doesn't have to be a gin and tonic. Yeah. You can get a vodka tonic, right? They burst onto the scene with this tonic water, but I'm looking, they've got ginger ale, ginger beer, they've got a premium soda water, which, I mean, soda could be whiskey soda, tequila soda. You can, so there's a bit of a sort of almost like a toll boots type thing. We don't care what it is paired with, as long as they're using Fever Tree to pair with whatever the spirit is of their choice. And because Fever Tree has established themselves as a premium offering, they then almost have, if you will, the permission or the right to be able to add adjacency flavors, and people who tend bars and who are sort of premium mixologists, or whatever you call it, will, I think, be open to anything that Fever Tree puts onto the market, because they know that it's going to be done. I mean, we can talk hours about this, but when they first started this tonic, they came up with a tonic water. The founders going to Africa and India and sourcing juniper berries, and like they it's not just saying, oh, we are a premium brand. They did the work. They come by the claim honestly, in that exactly they did the work. So I think people respect that effort and that commitment to making the best mixers in the world, if you will.
Well, it shows. I mean, Stephen said it was good. That's as high a compliment you get from Stephen.
That's good. Yeah, I like that, Stephen. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Anything funny about it that we've come across that's a bit kind of quirky about them?
Well, the Fever Tree is so quinine is one of the active ingredients in tonic, and tonic was used in back hundreds of years to fight malaria, and so malaria, you get fever, right? And so that's where that's how that. Yeah.
Great. Cool. So that is Fever Tree. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your tonic.